An embalmer prepares bodies for people's funerals, while all of his victims claim that they haven't died. Despite their pleas, he makes sure to bury them alive if necessary. Mortician, Elliot Deacon, visits a corpse in his funeral home. He prepares corpses for burial, and this time he prepares the body of a deceased old woman. He promises to make her look beautiful, just as she was while alive, and takes a photo of her. Meanwhile, middle school teacher Anna has intimacy with her boyfriend Paul. Anna seems distracted, while Paul is just having a good time. In the middle, when Paul finally notices Anna's mood, he stops. Upset at her disinterest, he claims she used to like intimacy with him, which upsets Anna, and she goes to take a shower. Realizing he messed up, Paul apologizes and asks Anna what's bothering her. She insists that she's fine, and eventually Paul leaves her alone. Anna visits her middle school a few hours later. Two older boys in the school bully a smaller boy, Jack, and Anna puts a stop to it. Jack looks at some baby chicks, claiming that one is dead. Anna reassures him that it is not, and is just scared. Anna leaves the school, but as she walks through the hallway, the lights start flickering and turning off. Terrified, she runs to the exit door but finds it locked. Jack appears, turning on the lights, and is easily able to open the door. Next, Anna impulsively dyes her brunette hair red and heads to a funeral for her old piano teacher at Elliot's funeral home. As she goes to pay her respects, she notices the mouth of the dead man move. Shocked, Anna steps back, but looks back at the casket to realize that he did not move. Believing that she imagined it all, she leaves the funeral home. Later, she heads off to a restaurant where Paul is waiting for her. Paul plans on proposing to Anna. Paul comments on her hair, which she gets insecure about, but he reassures her. Paul tries to tell Anna about an opportunity at work, where he has to move to Chicago, but she starts to panic. She accuses him of leaving her, and a fight happens between the two. Anna storms off, and Paul follows her outside. He begs Anna to come with him, but she drives off in a state of distress. Anna, while driving in the heavy rain, dials a number on her phone, causing her car to crash in a traffic accident. A while later, Anna wakes up in Elliot's funeral home, finding Elliot cutting off her clothes. She asks where she is, and is told that she is dead. Anna insists that she is alive, but Elliot insists that she was pronounced dead 8 hours ago. He shows her the death certificate, confusing Anna even further. She tries to move, but is unable to. Elliot leaves her alone after claiming that she needs to rest. Paul wakes up the next morning to find Anna gone. He calls her phone and leaves a voicemail asking her to talk to him. Elliot looks at the calls on Anna's phone and puts her belongings away into a cupboard. Paul goes by Anna's school but finds that Anna didn't show up that day and didn't call. Paul visits Anna's Momo's house to find her. Her mother tells him that Anna was in a car accident and passed away. She blames him for letting Anna drive in such terrible weather. Paul cannot believe it and starts denying the tragedy. Elliot prepares to stitch up Anna's wounds, and Anna continues insisting that she is not dead. However, Anna is surprised that the stitches do not hurt her. She asks why Elliot is keeping her here, but he ignores her. Instead, after stitching her up, he injects her with a drug he claims will help relax her muscles. Anna falls unconscious. Soon after, Anna's mother arrives to prepare for the funeral. She asks to see her body, but is shocked to actually see Anna in her pale, ghostly state. She tearfully asks Anna's body who will take care of her now. Before leaving, she tells Elliot to dye Anna's hair back to its natural brown color. Later, while Elliot sterilizes his instruments and calls the pastor to plan for the funeral on Friday, Anna is able to regain control of her body and sits up. She tries to convince herself that she's in shock. She tries to use a nearby phone to call, but realizes there is no signal. As Anna bangs on the locked doors, Paul comes to the funeral house to see Anna. He tries to convince Elliot to let him see her, but Elliot rejects his request, saying that he cannot allow that because Paul is not Anna's family. Anna hears Paul's voice and calls out to him, hoping that he could hear her. Unfortunately, Paul cannot hear her screams, and he drives away, dejected. Elliot goes back into the basement, and Anna confronts him about not letting Paul see her. Elliot says that everyone blames him for their death, as if it were his fault. He tells her that others would only see her as a dead body. Only he can see her as she really is. Anna begins realizing that Elliot is crazy, which is further revealed when he asks for her height for her coffin size. Then, Paul goes to the police office to meet his friend Tom, who he hopes can do something to let him inside the funeral home. He is informed by another police officer that Tom will be back soon. While he waits, he enters the police evidence room and sits inside Anna O's wrecked car. He sees a vision of Anna looking at him from outside the vehicle. Paul O's vision is interrupted by his friend Tom, who he begs to help him see Anna. Tom, unfortunately, refuses to do anything, saying he cannot help him. Disappointed, Paul walks away. Anna walks around the room and finds another corpse nearby. Unwilling to face such a fate, she grabs a pair of scissors and decides to kill Elliot. As he enters the room, she waits for him to come close and then tries to stab him. Ultimately, she fails, but continues to threaten to kill him. Elliot comes close to her and asks her to try. She cannot bring herself to hurt him, but tries to convince him that she is alive, because she can talk to him. Elliot reveals that she cannot speak to him because she is alive, but because he has a gift. He helps the deceased make the transition between life and death. Anna continues to argue with him. Angered by her persistence, Elliot tells her that she owes clinging on to life, as if her life was worth clinging on to. Afterwards, Elliot prepares for the funeral of the old woman. Jack joins him, believing that Anna O's funeral was today. Elliot tells him her funeral is not until Friday and asks him to leave. Paul hears Anna whispering his name and has a vision of her in the shower, which is probably how he likes remembering her. Unfortunately, he wakes up to discover that it was all a dream. Next, Elliot brings Anna her funeral dress. While Heo's busy, she sneakily steals his keys out of his pocket. Elliot heads out to collect another dead body, and Anna uses the keys to try to open the door. Elliot stops at the gas station to refill his car and realizes that he does not have his keys. He rushes back to the funeral home. With some luck, Anna is able to unlock the door and tries to escape. She is able to unlock the front door, but Elliot arrives at the same time. Anna hides from Elliot, who searches for her throughout the house. She manages to escape upstairs, finding a room with a phone. She calls Paul, asking for his help, but he shuts the call, believing it to be a prank. Elliot finds Anna in the room and reminds her that only he can hear her now. He shows her a mirror, in which Anna sees herself looking like a corpse. She finally begins to believe she is dead, hanging her head in disappointment. She breathes onto the mirror, causing condensation, which Elliot wipes off when she owes not looking. Outside, Jack sees that Anna is still alive, through the window. Anna stops resisting Elliot O's preparation of her body as he washes the dye out of her hair. The next day, Paul picks up Anna O's belongings from the school. He reminisces about their times together and cries. As he leaves the school, Jack approaches him. Jack tries to tell him that Anna is alive, and he saw her through the window wearing a red dress. Paul does not believe him. When Jack says maybe he didn't love her enough, Paul ends up slapping Jack across the face. Realizing what he owes done, he apologizes to Jack through tears. A police officer visits the funeral home to see the body of his dead brother. He notices Anna O's body on the side and asks for a few minutes alone with his brother. As Elliot leaves the room, the police officer uncovers Anna, hoping to touch her naked body. Elliot arrives before he can do so, and the police officer leaves in a hurry. Jack revisits the funeral home and meets Elliot. Elliot tells him that they share the same gift of being able to communicate with the dead. He tells him that he knows Jack saw Anna, but that other people won't be able to see her. He says that Jesus had the same gift as he raised Lazarus and spoke to the dead. He promises to teach Jack all he knows. While driving home, Paul realizes that Anna owned a red dress, as he had seen her in it the morning of her death. Paul rushes to the funeral home, but Elliot refuses to let him inside. Ignoring him, Paul forcefully enters the building, calling out for Anna. He goes to the basement, trying to open the door. Elliot tries to tell him to let go, and Paul only leaves after the threat of the police being called is made. He goes straight to the police station, asking Tom to issue a search warrant for the funeral home. Tom doesn't listen, and Paul insists that Anna must have been drugged. Tom refuses to listen to Paul, even after he tells him that he believes Anna called him. Tom does not help him, given that he has no evidence of anything. While Elliot prepares Anna for her funeral the next day, Anna and Elliot have a deep conversation. She admits that she was never happy, and she wanted to love but was too scared. She admits that her mother caused her to believe loving someone was hurtful, so she pushed Paul away to not get hurt. She confesses that she loved Paul. Elliot gives Anna a chance to escape, but she finds herself unable to do so. Elliot says that she is not afraid of dying, but she is afraid of living. As Anna lays in her casket, she asks to see herself one last time. Elliot shows her a small mirror, and after looking at it, she realizes her breathing has left condensation on it. Anna realizes that she is not dead. She now knows that Elliot has been lying to her and struggles with him. However, before she can do anything, Elliot injects her with the drug, and she slips into unconsciousness. Elliot sets her face right in the casket, making her look perfect again. At the funeral, people come to pay their respects. Paul slips the engagement ring he was going to propose with on Anna O's fingers. He gasps, and when asked what happened, exclaims that her skin is so cold. Elliot is relieved to know that Paul has not figured it out. Paul kisses Anna and walks away. Elliot closes Anna O's casket, telling her not to be scared, and saying that it owes better this way. Afterwards, Paul speaks to Jake. He says that Jake said Anna was alive, but Jake simply says that he never said she was alive, just that he had seen her. Paul offers him a ride, but Jake refuses, and Paul drives off. Anna wakes up, hearing the sound of soil hitting her casket. She bangs on the casket, insisting that she is alive but is buried. Paul drinks a lot and is approached by Elliot. Paul insists that Anna is still alive. Elliot taunts him that maybe she is, and he should go check for himself. Enraged at his audacity, Paul grabs Elliot by the collar and slams him against the wall. The people around them are shocked at his actions, and Paul leaves the house. Jake, back at his own house, buries his chick alive as taught by Elliot. A drunken Paul drives to the cemetery, while Anna continues to call out for him, scratching the satin lining of the lid. Paul, narrowly avoiding accidents, reaches the cemetery. He digs up Anna's coffin and manages to rescue her. As she wakes up, the two embrace. Anna tells Paul that she loves him, and she has always loved him. Paul hears some strange sounds nearby, and Anna tells him that those are just the scissors Elliot uses to cut clothes. Paul suddenly finds himself in Elliot O's funeral home. Elliot tells him that he was in a car accident and swerved off the road. Paul insists that he saw Anna, and he knows Elliot buried her alive. Elliot tells him he never made it to the cemetery and that he is dead. In his last moments, Paul insists that he is not dead, while Elliot inserts an embalming trocar deep in his torso. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.